Okay. And the other guy says, what do you think I've got down here? A duck?
What? Oh my gosh.
Hello and welcome to a special episode of VR Download. Not really VR Download. This is just Q&A with Kyle and Ian. So hi, I'm your host, Kyle, and over here is...
Hi, Ian Hamilton here. I'm in Arkansas with my hand tracking on my Quest 2. This is a brand new Quest 2. I unboxed it this morning after handing off my old Quest 2 to my mom so she could try Supernatural.
Oh, that's very nice of you to share the wealth of the VR. Ian, we're going to do some questions and answers. So if you're in the chat and you have questions for us, ask us questions because we're just going to kind of riff a little bit today, and we're going to talk about accessories. That's the big thing today, is that we're going to talk about accessories for the Oculus Quest 2. I'm sorry, the
MetaQuest 2.
Quest
MetaQuest,
2.
You're going to go on the MetaQuest with Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, like all the literal ways you can use it. Are you ready to go on the MetaQuest with Mark Zuckerberg to the Metaverse? Like that's literally what they're going to try to use that in their marketing at some point.
Oh, Meta Musel. So yeah, we're going to do that. And hey, I am all sorts of broken today, Ian. It's very fortuitous that this is the subject of today's stream with you and I, is accessories for the Quest 2. Unfortunately, I had been bragging that I am one of the few people left in the world who had not broken their Elite strap, the actual Elite strap. This picture was taken no more than 5 minutes ago. My Elite strap has bit the dust now. And I don't know what to do, Ian. Do I contact Meta? And
I think there's a replacement program. Yeah, I think there is a replacement program for folks that have been affected by this. You are not the only staffer to have lost a head strap from Meta, from Facebook, over the course of time. And this is an original strap, right? Like this is before they supposedly fix this issue.
I have, and then this is sort of what's funny about this whole thing, is that I have never used the original, the elastic, the one that I've got on here right now, this strap on this headset. I bought this with the headset and have used it every day since. So today is my first experience trying the original strap on the Quest 2. Should I review that, or is that a little late?
Well, and this is the battery strap, right? This is the
Correct.
Elite battery strap?
Correct.
So I've been hearing a lot of people complain about the original, like the non-battery one, breaking on people, but I thought that this happened with the battery one less frequently. I guess I hadn't really heard it being one or the other, I guess.
See,
and people are asking, James is asking, is this the first batch device for you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, this is an OG. It came the day that I purchased my very first Meta Quest 2, back when it was still Oculus. This was it. And I took the little strappy one off of it and tossed it in the corner. Thank goodness I kept it, or I would be holding my headset right now to be able to do this show. It's awful.
I put my original strap in a drawer. I guess we'll start here with this image that I threw together of the back of Jamie's head here. Let's go to the wide angle so we can see all these accessories we've got to talk about. I am using a newer Elite strap. So my Elite strap I bought after that whole recall situation, or not recall situation, but that whole replacement situation. And my Elite strap has yet to break. I've also used a Kiwi design one that has not broken, but I prefer the locking mechanism on the official strap. But I want to walk everyone in our audience through what I'm showing through in these images for people who do have that soft strap like you've got on right now, Kyle. And I think our recommendation is, if you can afford it, you should really think seriously about upgrading that strap right out of the box. I don't like that soft strap. It really hurts my head after a little while. And so you've got the one up here in the top left corner. That's just the Elite strap from Facebook, the original or the official one. And the one, Kyle, that you were showing, they've got two of them. They've got a battery one and then the non-battery one. I'm using the non-battery one right now. And the one that you just showed had cracked on you was the battery one. And this that we're showing here with Jamie's setup here is the VR Power 2. Now, the VR Power 2 is a very large battery pack that sits on the back of your head, and it can go around the Elite straps spots right here to sort of strap to your head. And then there's power out to go to your headset. There's power in over here to charge it up. And then there's a third port on the VR Power 2 that will let you power a secondary accessory if you really wanted to, like perhaps the VR ears, if you went and bought that from the Rebuff Reality. So this is showing the strap, I think, without the battery pack. And then he's using the VR Power 2 as the battery pack here and using that combination there for both added power and a more comfortable fit. And this is my arrangement for much of 2021 has been the VR Power 2 with the non-battery Elite strap. And I've pretty much enjoyed that setup for much of my Quest usage.
So this originally started out as a episode where we're going to talk about what you should get, and now selfishly, this is what should I get because mine's broken. I mean, obviously, Oculus will. I'm sorry, Facebook. I mean, Meta will send me a new one. I'm sure I'll be able to send it off and all that, but man, I don't know. This looks pretty snazzy, actually, and I wouldn't be able to use this with.
You could, and what's cool if you do that sort of weird linking system, is you could theoretically, like with this setup, with the VR Power 2 and the headset, you could theoretically charge your devices twice as fast if you really wanted to. You could hook this up to your high output USB-C power adapter, and then also hook up the headset itself directly to a power outlet and charge up both devices simultaneously. And then you're good to go for many, many, many hours in VR without ever plugging in again.
Let's see here. I want to shout out to the live chat on YouTube. How y'all doing today? Probably having a better day than I am with my broken strap. I want to just point out that Jad Ranko VR. I don't believe in many things, but I believe in duct tape, Kyle. Well, look for that photo later. I'll have to try that. I'm going to go ahead and guess that that my noggin is not going to be able to handle that. Duct tape, I don't think is going to work. I don't think Gorilla Glue or anything of that nature. But hey, you know what? I'll give it a whirl. I don't mind. Am I the only one that wants to kind of like go in and look for like,
Gorilla Tag right in his hair?
Yeah. Like what's in there? Like, let's see if he's got
take a little bite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Got one. This is the straps. That's an important thing because it is about comfort too, not just function. It's about form, and this looks comfortable. I mean, I've obviously felt good and comfortable with the elite strap with the battery, and I'm wondering if are there any straps out there that kind of have the halo thing going on?
Yeah, there's a couple options. There's a lot of options for the straps, and we've gone through various ones. Like I've used the Kiwi design ones, and I think there's multiple of the Kiwi design head straps and ones that sort of like let you kind of tilt away from your head a little bit. I haven't used too many of those though. Like I know they're out there. What I've used are the various ones that are like competing for this straightforward strap design. And yeah, this is the one I prefer.
So another question here that we have in the chat from TO1. Hello. I already ordered Quest 2 for Christmas for my parents. The idea is to connect with my sister and me. We all live in different countries. My parents are 50. Will the original strap be good enough? Ian, do you mind if I share a personal anecdote?
Yeah,
all right. So I am originally from the Midwest, USA, Heartland, USA, and 2,672 miles away from all of my family out here in Seattle, Washington. I have coerced my parents into purchasing an Oculus Quest, Meta Quest 2. And they did that early on. I suggested that so that way my young children could play with my sister's young children, and they jump in Rec Room together, and they shoot each other with paintballs, and play all the sports stuff. And now recently they've been doing like the racing cart and all of that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for them, and theirs is just the standard strap. They don't have any elite strap or anything like that. And actually, my kids are using Quest 1s. So they're not even in Quest 2s. And it works fantastic to connect with family. If you feel like you're having an experience with them, just as if you were to go to a movie with them or go bowling with them. We've done the whole bowling thing. My family is big into bowling, so we've done that together. And then sometimes I'll jump in and play with the kids and stuff. And then I can hear my mom and dad yelling into this microphone. So it's like this one person has multiple voices. And what they'll do is they'll actually broadcast it from the app onto their television. And then they'll be able to watch basically their grandchildren from 2 different states play together. And it is really an amazing experience. Now, the other piece that I wanted to share with you, and you as well, Ian, is that I have had numerous relatives, family members who have reached out to me in the last week or so asking about, well, I'm thinking about getting a Quest so that way I can do fitness stuff or meditation stuff, or I want to get ripped like all the people doing ripped fitness stuff in VR, and it looks like fun. And I encourage them to do so. But one of the questions I've been asked a lot is, should I buy another strap? Should I do this? Should I do that? Now, I'm not saying yes or no to these folks, but I am definitely weighing their options. So I'm saying, okay, get another hour plus of battery life. You get a little bit different feel to it. If you're whipping your head, or whoa, don't do that with this strap. Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow. See, the whole thing
Kyle's going to go need to lay down for a little while now.
I am.
Feel too good.
This isn't good. This isn't good. But yeah, I encourage people to check out the accessories, and of course, go to UploadVR.com and check out all of our accessories lists on the new to VR section. Yeah. So do it. Yeah. It's fantastic. In TO1, I'm actually very happy for your future interaction in the metaverse with your family. That's very cool. Very cool. All right. Can you announce the time for the VR showcase? Yes. Oh, wow. What a fantastic question. It appears that we have a graphic here. The UploadVR showcase. Are we calling it the winter showcase, or is it just
winter? Yeah,
winter showcase, because we do multiple of them. But anyway, yes, December 2nd, 9 a.m. Pacific time, which is 5 p.m. England time. What is that? GMT?
British time, English, Greenwich Mean Time.
Greenwich Mean Time. Yeah.
GMT.
So 9 a.m. There it is.
December
the big
2nd.
Reveal. Yeah.
We can confirm that we'll have Zenith there. We'll have fast travel.
Well, sure, Xena will be there. She's in it, isn't she?
Zenith.
Oh, Zenith. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's time for me to get some new headphones for my Quest as well.
Oh no, I don't have a graphic for the headphones. I don't have something to throw up on Stevie for the headphones. But let's talk about this next, because I think this is a big section to talk about. I'm going to throw this one up there. Anker sent us, I think 2 of these to test. So very appreciative of them sending us these. I think Jamie has one. He's been testing one out, and I've been testing one out as well. And it's almost like this is a very important part of my Quest. Accessory repertoire. I have to say, this is just a great accessory. from my perspective. And I was checking on Amazon today, and I think it's actually on sale right at the moment for a little bit off. But I remember, I don't think I have all these images in our like ready to pull up really easily. But the way this works, just for the people who out there who are wondering, this has a little magnetic attachment that plugs into the USB-C port of your Quest 2. And that little port, that little thing, connects magnetically to this charging stand. And then over here on the controllers, they have replacement covers for your battery covers that basically pass electricity through from this stand to a rechargeable battery that they give you inside of each controller. And then you've got these 3 lights on the front of the device to tell you whether it's charging, which is an orange light, of course, or fully charged, which is a green light. Essentially, as soon as I started using this, after Anker sent this to me, I stopped worrying about charging up my devices by and large for a large portion of the year.
I remember when this first came out, and I thought this felt unnecessary. And the more that I think about this, the more I realize that this might actually be something, because that's my challenge. That is one of my challenges, is that I am constantly forgetting to plug my device in. I don't have a home for the device. It just kind of sits wherever I put it, on the counter, a table, or sometimes just tossed on the floor. Battery's dead. Okay, and throw it over there on the floor. I'm very messy when it comes to organization of my tech, as I'm sure many of you are. This looks cool. I'm kind of concerned about, the magnets. How do they work?
Yeah, so I think we talked about this last time we brought it up, and someone in the comments, is it Daniel, saying that because the controllers last so long, and the batteries in the Quest 2 controllers do last an extraordinary amount of time, that it's not super important that you go and swap out the battery cover and the batteries inside the Quest 2 and have this thing that just keeps them charged. But for the main unit, I will say that it's very, very convenient to know that there's a dedicated spot that the Quest 2 goes, and whenever it goes into that spot, it's charging. The reason I bring all that up is because I've had very few troubles with the little magnet in the headset itself connecting to the charging spot, but I have had some trouble with the controllers finding the correct groove when you just lay them down on their little cradles here. But because the batteries inside the controllers last forever, if I don't actually charge these a couple times, it's not a big deal. What matters is that the headset itself stays charged, and I've basically never had a problem with that magnet connecting. And even using the Elite strap in place of the soft strap, it kind of raises the back end a little bit, and you could put something back there so it stays level and connects really nicely.
That's kind of cool. And it's nice that they've got these 4 lights there. Those 4 lights.
4 lights?
Yeah. There are 4 lights.
I see 3 lights.
There are 4 lights. You don't get the reference?
No, I don't. Oh, 4 lights.
Star Trek. No? Okay.
Trek.
Never mind.
Oh,
Never mind.
I get it. I do get the reference. That was a very specific reference to an episode where Picard was being tortured by the Cardassians.
I believe it was. I think it was Kim. No, Kylie. Yes. Oh
my God.
I'm sorry. He led me to that one.
The fact that Kyle went and dug that deep into Star Trek, like, it feels personally like affirming to me, Kyle. Thank you. Like, that's personally very important to me.
Good. Thank you. Yeah. I'm glad to see that our audience, our chat, understands all of these things. This is this is good. This is good.
All right. Well, let me throw this up there while we're at this. If you're like our commenters there, that you don't need the charging stand, then you're going to want a stand similar to like this. So these are 2 very popular examples from over there on Amazon. You've got the VR stand, and you've got the Kiwi Design VR stand. I've used both these. I've had both these sent to me by the manufacturers to test. I like how sturdy, how these controllers face forward on these little holders. And it does feel pretty sturdy on here when you lay the Quest 2 onto this thing. The bottom part base does feel like it could flop over, but overall, I've enjoyed how solid the Kiwi design one has felt compared to the AMVR one. And yeah, I use this one as a great stand when I don't care about the charging thing. So I have used the Quest 2 in this configuration, and then you just plug into the port and you're fine. And you could even do that thing I was telling you about previously where you could put the VR power on the back there, run the cord to the VR power, and then also run the cord to this. And then you're charging doubly fast on this stand. So if you're not doing the charging stand, you're going to want to stand like this probably.
Okay. So between these two, you'd, instead of the stand by you, you'd prefer stand by me.
Oh my God, no. I mean, it's a good, that was really, that hurt. I mean, now I want to sing. That song, but no, I prefer the stand by me, the Kiwi design.
See, now I got you to say it. Man. That's what this is all about, is just have Ian accidentally lead me into some of the best corny dad jokes possible. It's
you can of course use the box. You can use the box that the Quest 2 came in. Plenty of people do that, and that is kind of like the official recommendation from Facebook is you need to protect those lenses inside the headset, and so leave it in the case or in a case. You could also do that. Let's move on to the cases then.
Cases are good.
Yeah, so here's cases. And they've got of course, the official one that you will find out there in various bundles with the Quest. I am still using this one, the JSVR Oculus Quest case. I think they sent us that one at some point. Very straightforward, and they're showing a Quest 1 in there, but the Quest 2 is fit in there just fine. And I've used that for a long time now with the Quest 2, and it works great for me. And then, of course, VR Cover is a very well-known brand. For those of you out there, go to VR Cover's website. We've had very good experiences across the board with VR Cover's accessories.
Yeah.
And so if you go to their website and look for whatever they have in stock, cases, covers, facial interfaces, a lot of those things, VR Cover is pretty.
So before you deviate from this, I personally own this when I bought it with the whole kit and caboodle when I first bought my setup. And I have, and it fit perfectly with the Elite strap with the battery and the controllers and everything. I put it in there and I zipped it up and I kind of tossed it around and it felt very sturdy. The zipper is really awesome. And then I took it out and I have not put it back in since. I have never taken my Quest anywhere, my Quest 2. I've taken my Quest 1s all over the place. Never taken my Quest 2 anywhere. But I feel like once people actually get to like travel again, and they're going to go visit friends and family and stuff like that, that's definitely a substantially important piece, because you do want to protect your lenses. You want to protect all the ports and the buttons and, you know, the straps and how fragile the straps are. You don't want to be bending things. Yeah, this one looks kind of cool because it's got it appears to have you wear it like a purse.
Yeah, you can use that larger strap on it. And obviously, if you go and search on Amazon for any of these products, and like that one in the corner is a perfect example, you will find dozens and dozens of products in this product category with just random product names. And it can be kind of hard to tell the random product names from like the ones you kind of trust or we've tried and true. Lately, we've been testing, like VR Cover is well-known brand. Kiwi Design, we've been sent a fair amount of Kiwi Design products to test, and they have been working pretty well. The Anker design. Anker is the next one I wanted to talk about here. Let's go to this real quick. I'm going to throw up these things because this is kind of like the odds and ends sort of slide here of all these little accessories. And I think people kind of like lose their minds when they realize some of these. This is the one, Kyle, the one in the corner here, the plug-in AA batteries that I told you about. I think Black Cube is the brand name on those. There's several of them on there, but they plug into, I think it's micro USB, the slightly older one, not the super old mini one, right? The somewhat older micro one. And I think I always get confused different names.
I know, I
there.
always get them mixed up too.
But like typically they ship with a USB connector that has like 4 prongs on it, and then you can plug in the 4 batteries in your set all at once from a single USB port. And then for like, if you really want to get extreme, if you're an extreme player in a game like 11 Table Tennis, you can go and get AAA versions of those batteries and then buy a little plastic AA adapter that converts your AAA battery into a AA size battery, but it's got less weight than the typical AA battery. And then you stick that inside of your Quest 2 controller, and then you stick your Quest controller, all of it, into a 3D printed adapter that feels exactly like a ping pong paddle. And because you're using the lighter weight battery, your ping pong paddle feels this much closer to being an actual ping pong paddle. That's one of the things those really extreme Quest 2 users can do out there.
That is some knowledge right there, Ian. Now, I have done that with a AA battery into a C slot plastic thing because they're all the same thing. They're just different sizes, so they hold different amounts of juice. So AA, AAA, C, they're all the same thing. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I wonder what the value of these is. Like, I don't know the cost of them versus standard.
They're a little bit more expensive, but if you're going to go get rechargeable batteries for your Quest 2 anyways, that's a really convenient route rather than having to have that separate recharging station. Being able to plug in the batteries themselves directly to an outlet anywhere you are is fairly convenient. And given the battery life is so long lasting inside the Quest, you don't have to plug them in too often. I want to talk about the middle ones, the Kiwi design straps in the middle. Again, they sent me those to test, and they are pretty cool. I was a little bit surprised by how they function at first, but you obviously stick your hands in there just like the Valve Index controllers, and then you can kind of have these straps to your hand so you can adjust the straps. But they've got this open compartment here where you can close this over the battery, and it's kind of like a soft grip in your hand. You've got like a squishiness because it's no longer got that hard shell over the battery compartment. And then you've got this little plastic thing here, this little tab that you use to pull out the battery when it's time to replace it. So the combination of like the soft inner squishy thing combined with the strap here that lets you release your hand from time to time is a really convenient thing. And if I go back to the previous accessory that I was showing off, the Kiwi design stand, Kiwi sent me both the stand and those things, and the controllers go onto here just fine. So it's really convenient to like be able to put your hands into the straps. If they're sized for just one person, you typically don't have to adjust them each time. So you put them into the thing, you're ready to go with it. The controller strapped to your hand, and then you unplug this or just pull it off, and you're ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like Kiwi should be sending me some stuff. Why are they sending all you the fun stuff?
They're in our email a lot. It's like they're out there doing the marketing thing for their products. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Kiwi it was for the birds, but it's not. Okay.
Oh man.
Few things. First of all, let me see here. Onikazi. Yes, it's not a purse. It's a European carry-all. Good reference. I dig that. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh no, are you guys also calling it Meta Quest now? Yes, because that is what it is. It is now the Meta Quest, the Quest from the company.
It'll always be Oculus in my heart, but I mean, we're gonna call it what they want to call it. Like that's what they're calling it. That we're gonna. It's the headset formerly known as Oculus Quest 2 officially now. A couple more of these accessories that are kind of must-haves. You got to make sure you've got the microfiber cleaning cloths to clean off your lenses, and then of course any Quest 2 owner, lots of accessories you'll buy for a Quest or any headset in general will sometimes come with one of these that you can put over the lenses of your headset and block out the light. And if you're going to go play Space Pirate Trainer, transfer your headset anywhere from location to location, you want this covering up your lenses, because any amount of sunlight going through the lenses of your headset are going to be magnified and hit the display and potentially ruin your hardware. So this needs to be blocking your lenses, or something needs to be blocking your lenses almost at all times.
You know what I did is I just cut the wrist rest off of a mouse pad that I had. Just toss that in there. Looks just like that. Yeah. But no, seriously though, it is a good thing to cover up those lenses if it's not I mean, okay, so here's the thing. You could not care about a scratch. You could not care about 2 scratches. You could not care about the fact that the sun is coming in, being magnified through the lens and scorching the screen on the inside, but that would be foolish. I mean, just having something in there, and this is specifically designed to fit perfectly into it, it is definitely a good investment. I personally know folks who have had this happen. Matter of fact, the very first person to ever report it on Reddit is a friend of mine. I know for a fact that this really did happen. He left it out in the sun, and it went through the lens straight into the screen and burnt a big hole. That was unfortunate, but it was a good lesson for the rest of us. So learn from other people's mistakes. Hi, Kai.
People out there, I'm seeing people in the comments calling for people to like this video. Yeah, please do like it, share it with your friends, let people know. We want to have a welcoming community, and we don't mind that we're sort of building up this audience, because I always think about the new people who come in and see what we're doing here, like, what is going on here? Who can stand watching avatars in this format? But for the people that are fans out there that come in and week out, they know what they're looking at, understand that right now we're using Quest 2 standalone headsets with finger tracking on our actual hands in the open air here. And we're broadcasting from virtual reality with this Stevie the TV and Podrick or these little tablets here, or Tadia. And we're able to see comments here in virtual reality. And we're doing the best we can here with basically the cutting edge of avatar-based technology. Like, we're using virtual lip sync and eye sync to kind of convince you that we're making actual eye contact. But next year and the year after, we have every expectation that we will be making real eye contact with each other, and our mouths will be showing our real expressions when we come in here into the studio. And you're going to witness that transformation coming to our show week in and week out. And going into the next couple of years, we want to make sure we provide, and our audience provides people out there really helpful advice to make sure that everyone's putting their money in all the right places when it comes to VR and AR.
And we're just fun to watch, I mean, we try to entertain you at the same time of informing you. Nobody wants to sit there and go, and in today's news, nobody wants to watch that. So we're trying really hard to keep this entertaining, witty, lively. And doing it live gives you the opportunity to come in here and bug us, ask the difficult questions, and make comments and have an opinion. And yes, James, my dad jokes. Ian and I spend couple hours a week together in this studio conversing on camera, off camera, and we're not even anywhere near each other. As a matter of fact, we spend more time together in VR than we ever have in real life.
Oh yeah.
Usually when Ian and I get together at like a show or something, he's like, hi. And I'm like, hi. And then we just go our separate ways.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's exactly how it goes. Hi, we're at GDC. Bye. I'm gone. I'm going to go to a session to go to.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So again, share with your friends. Come watch the shows. We try to do them as regularly as we possibly can. There is a lot of dislike about the changing the name to Meta, and this show is not going to be about that. We've just accepted it for what it is. They changed the name. I mean, we don't have any control over that. So we're just gonna. I just realized, where are my glasses? Has anybody else noticed? I am no longer a bespectacled individual today.
It's showing. It's showing bespectacled on my streaming machine, so I'm guessing the viewers are seeing your spectacles, even though Kyle himself is not seeing his spectacles.
Wait, so okay, I do see him. Yeah, I don't feel right without my glasses. I mean, it just doesn't. Yeah, I can't.
People are saying that the algorithm, Robert is saying that the algorithm is serving us well by all of your likes. So if you go do the likes, apparently the algorithm will learn from your. Can we train the AI live on our show, Kyle? Is that?
I mean, can we? Come here, Al. Come here, boy. Come here. Sit. Stay.
I like James. Okay. James, don't come for my sense of reality that way, asking if I'm a real human. I have. You'll just have to believe me. I believe I'm real. I will, though, admit that I wasn't convinced Heaney was real for a very long time.
Right. Yeah.
But he's been witnessed as real, or physical at least, by other members of our staff by now. So I'm starting to come around.
Well, when I had him fill out all the forms to get employed by Upload, he did put that his middle name was N-Table, so that was a little strange for me. I wasn't really sure what that was. But anyway, yeah, he lives on Null Boulevard. All sorts of things set me off, but I just accepted it for what it is.
All right, I want to talk about this one last accessory that we didn't talk about here. This Anker charging thing. I use it all the time. It's on my desk right now. Just a standard, Anker makes a million of these in different configurations with like one high output USB-C power port and then a bunch of regular like USB-A ports. And you can get different configurations of this, but it's incredibly useful to be able to like charge up your batteries, or also to hook up a headset or some other accessory.
And just personally, I'm going to go ahead and say that if Anker made a VR headset, I would buy it sight unseen. Anker is such a good brand for power anything. Whenever I need a new thing, I go, I bet Anker makes it, and if they do, that's the one I'm buying.
I have some good news for you, Kyle. Guy Godin, the creator of Virtual Desktop, is in our comments, and he has verified that we are physical beings. Because he said, I have seen Ian and Kyle in real life, can confirm. So as soon as we've got like a meta verification check mark, like when physical people can verify that other people are physically real, well, we're good to go. Like he is ready to verify us.
Now, I have hung out with Guy numerous times. Fantastic dude to hang out with. But Guy, have you ever seen both Ian and I at the same time? I don't think you have.
A bunch of people in the comments are asking about headphones, Kyle. It's kind of a sensitive subject.
Yeah, I need to hear all about these.
The thing about headphones is I am using an Apple pair of headphones right now. Like I'm just using the stock wired headphones that came with every iPhone for years. And I have those plugged in to my headset. And I do that for private listening. And I'm still using the Quest's microphone to chat with you. So it's still like smart enough to go through the microphone system on the Quest, even though I think these also have a microphone built into these wired headphones. And like I have the VR ears, and Jamie should have some thoughts out there for the VR ears. I even went and back that thing. I haven't been able, honestly, to get them to, like, they're loud when I got them, but I know they're supposed to be rotated in the right direction, and I can't seem to get them to snap into place. And I'm just happy using the built-in audio, or when I need kind of like a separated experience where like no one else can hear me, or I've isolated this, then a pair of just any wired headphones you can really manage are a great solution, in my opinion.
See, so doing this show, we deal with feedback and, there's a fan running back here, or I can hear so-and-so, down the hallway. Pets tend to jump up and do things. But I was encouraged by Heaney and you, Ian, to get a pair of something so that way there wasn't as much feedback. And so I jumped in to one of our accessory articles and said which set of earbuds are the right ones to get. And I got, I think they might be the Kiwi ones. I bought a pair of headphones or earbuds that wrap around because for a while what I was using, and this is going to sound silly, for a while what I was using were the Quest 1 that had the two dongles, the one for each side, left and right. And since the Quest 2 has just one port for the earbuds, I was using just one single one in it, and it was perfect, except left was right and right was left. So to hear you clearly, I would have to turn my head this way, and then I because you
VR
were coming
problems,
out of the wrong
only
ear.
VR problems.
Yeah, VR problems. So I got a new pair of earbuds, and I only keep one in. I only like to have one ear in because I like to have this one open in case of, apocalypse is happening outside. I can still hear it. So
yeah, you might be able to hear the fire before you actually feel the fire on your arms, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to be able to hear the firestorm. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's you know what? Another PSA. These guys, the wipes. Now I use lenses, prescription lenses in my Quest 2. Love them to death, and they give me the extra added protection of stopping my lenses from being scratched. So this has been my lifesaver. These guys being able to wipe this off. I have bought some premium, and again, the spectacled individual, I get the premium stuff to take care of the lenses. These are a must, and you could get a dozen of them and put them all over the house and always need one because you get oil build up on your skin and the lenses push up, or so you run into a wall, because we've all done that in VR, right? And it smudges your lenses. You need to have something good to clean the lenses. Don't just use like a t-shirt or a sock or something. That's just gross. Don't do
that. Bespectacled individual question: what is the brand name, or what are the options for prescription lenses in a Quest 2 or other headsets?
That is a really good question, and I am not at liberty at this time to divulge. No, actually, I just don't remember. I've tried a couple of them over the course of different headsets, and I have yet to have one be bad. All of the lenses out there, all the prescription lenses, find one that is a price that is good for you and go with it. I don't always buy premium, deluxe, super high, anything. I just get what works. I'm very frugal in that way. So do that. Go find one. I do highly recommend the prescription lenses. The only challenge that I have is that when I take the headset off, my glasses aren't on. Or if I flip up my headset to go look at something, I don't have my glasses on. I have really bad vision. So I end up like I always keep my laptop open so I can see if we're still online. And I can't, I have to get real close up to it and look through the nose hole to see, but I can't actually see what's going on. So I should just get my eyes zapped. I really should. I don't know.
It's time.
But yes, the silicone rings around the lenses, they work. Daniel says that. Yes. Yeah. So what do you mean? Good question. What about my question? Isn't good enough question, huh? Well, what was your question? Well, goes so fast.
Someone was asking. So I've seen a couple of people asking about newer accessories, like newer versions of the Kiwi straps and a couple other things. We're trying to focus our discussion here about things we've tested and used, like the batteries, the AA batteries that you can plug in directly to a power, to a port. Those are incredibly useful. There are a very large number of accessories out there to go through, and we have not tested everything. Jamie over in England, if you want to put some questions to them over on the Gamescast on Thursday, that's a good chance to maybe get his particular opinion on some of the things he's tested. Like he has done the Vive audio strap adapter FrankenQuest in various iterations over the years, hasn't he, Kyle?
FrankenQuest is the name of the doctor. No, that's not the joke. I'm sorry. Sorry, I was trying to find the question that I missed. Apparently we missed a question somewhere, but ask the question again. Dream is great. If you have a question, ask it again. We out here waxing virtually, and we missed your question.
I wanted to test something here. Let's see if this works for all of our viewers out there. I was testing a QR code out there.
change your view.
Oh, yeah. Can't see it. There we go. Click there. Boom.
I don't know.
Right.
I told you, Ian, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think anybody is going to notice it and be able to click on it.
Am I going to pull out my phone out of my pocket like I can
switch
you can watch me?
Can you lock it to that view where it's just the two of us? There, right there.
Here, let's see. Can I do it on my own screen here? Oh wait, come on. Don't do it. Let's see. Can you watch me? Whoa, Inception. QR code Inception. It worked.
Did it work?
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an interesting test. If you want to go find that particular product over on Amazon, that QR code might take you there. I was curious if it would work.
Yeah. This is not an Easter egg of any sort. This is a real thing. How do you pronounce Jizver? Very carefully. Very carefully. That's how you pronounce it.
So I heard this on apparently this is a go-to strategy in China for just throwing out a bunch of different stores and product names of just various verbs and or not various consonants and vowels, and just throw them together into a name and throw all those brands onto Amazon and see which ones find more success and retire the ones that don't. And I think that's a pretty common thing you'll find in the Quest accessory market. When you're looking at the brand names, you'll find a lot of those.
Yeah, it's also pretty popular to just remove vowels from company names. It's very trendy. True. You know, it wasn't Twitter originally. It didn't have there was no ER. It was just Twitter. And yeah, there's other ones. So yeah, I'm going to call this J Saver. I'm going to say it's J Saver. J Saver. There was an A there.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay with saying that word anymore. It's
J
lost on
Saver?
it had no meaning before, but yeah, it has negative meaning now. It's hurtful for you to say that word now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, okay. Brandon C is confirming. Ian is right. This is not a conspiracy theory. It really is a thing because Brandon C said so. So there you go. Ian and Brandon know what's up. Yep. Actually, I'd like to read more about that. That's curious.
I'll find you the Bloomberg or someone has done an investigation into it, and plenty of people get it's a legit technique to kind of test what works. The one I remember. Have you ever owned an Instant Pot?
No.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a cool product. But I remember reading one of those stories about how the developer of that product kind of just went and watched the reviews and kept iterating and making the product better and better based on their Amazon reviews. And it's a legit system to kind of go out there and just watch the reviews that come into your product on Amazon and then improve it and pick a completely new brand name and just go at it and just keep throwing it at it until you get a better product. There's plenty of people that are out there doing that with their Amazon products, and you could easily lose some money if you pick the wrong brand. I can't trust those reviews on Amazon at all because it's just so flooded, because that's another way you can do a battle on Amazon. It's just flood your competitors with fake reviews.
Yeah, and force them to change their name, apparently. By the way, if you'd like to go check out our new site, reloadvr.com, actually, it really is a site, and we do own it, and it redirects to uploadvr.com because reasons. So, yeah, I get that. I get that, man, renaming. But it doesn't change the product. The core product is still solid. Let's see here. What is the question? Did we miss it? Can I say a question? Dream is great. Yes, you can. I'm waiting to hear your question. I'm anticipating.
It's obviously an open question whether we will read it out loud. It has to be useful to our audience or add to the conversation.
Well, I mean, they could ask the question. We could answer the question and not actually read the question. So think it through thoroughly and make sure you ask it in a way that we want to read it to our very, very PG audience, occasionally PG-13.
Occasionally, yeah. Like
try not to. We try not to. We want to be a family-friendly show because that's why we get all the dad jokes in here, so the kids can all groan along.
Daniel's question here, did we talk about facial interfaces? I got a free VR cover interface from Facebook after complaining of skin irritation. Everyone that bought a Quest prior to them rolling out the base model 128 gigabyte Quest, you should have a free silicon cover coming your way by way of Facebook/Meta. There's a website you can go to request that in your account settings. You can go and go through that system to request and make sure you get this silicon cover. I want to say for a while there, if you signed up for a Supernatural free trial, you'd also get a free cover sent to you during that free trial period on Quest. And then, of course, if you bought a Quest 2 since the turnover to their new 128 gigabyte model, I opened up this Quest 2 this morning, the 128 gigabyte, and attached to the headset itself was a little sleeve with a silicon cover as well. So everyone out there should be covered on the silicon cover front one way or another. And it's a good idea to have, if you go to VR Cover and get a secondary facial interface, it's nice to be able to just take the one off that's on there, put a new one on, and you've got something that's a little bit cleaner to hand off to a friend or someone else to try your VR headset.
So I had 2 Quests, OG Quests, and I wanted to differentiate the 2. And so I went and bought 2 silicon rubber gaskets. And I got a red one and a blue one. I thought that was cute. Gave one to one kid, one to the other. So they always knew you're blue, you're red. Red versus blue. That's cool. And then this whole kerfuffle happened. There's the kerfuffle of the episode. I got this little packet, from Oculus, Meta, whatever. I guess it was still Facebook, Oculus, Facebook. I'm in a loop. Shoot. I got this and I was like, oh, okay. So, and it was the exact same thing that I had bought, but it was in black. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I hate that thing. I hate that thing with a passion. I said, I don't care. I'm just going to buy my own second hand, third party one, because I hate the fact that little silicon gasket doesn't stay on, it doesn't stay in, it's always kind of curving up, and you adjust it a little bit and all of a sudden it's popping out on the left side and on the right side. And yeah, I'm not a big fan, but I do want to point out, I believe it was Zim Talk, those of you who know Zim on he's a VR content creator, he did an unboxing and it was just like, here it is, and that was it. He was like, the end. Like, it was the best unboxing I've ever seen ever. Right to the point. It was beautiful.
So Kyle, there's a question here. We finally got the question, and it is a fairly good one.
Okay.
All right. So the question finally here, and we'll do a separate show. We'll see how long this lasts because each staff member is going to have a different answer to this question. What is the best for you? Do you think Oculus Quest 2 or PSVR 2? I'm actually saving money. So this is a question for people who are saving money now and trying to decide, do I buy into the Quest 2 ecosystem right now for $299 plus whatever accessories you go and get for it? Or if you've got a PS4 or PS5 or you're thinking about getting that, are you going that route and planning ahead for the PSVR 2 system? Boy, that is a very tough question, and I hate to recommend. It's hard for us to say wait when we haven't seen so much out of what PSVR 2 offers. But to bring you up to speed, if you aren't aware, what we know about PSVR 2, we expect it to have the haptic triggers, the resistive haptic triggers that are on the DualSense PS5 controller. So the great haptic effects that you're getting out of the DualSense controllers on the PS5, you should get that out of the next generation PlayStation VR headset. Then we expect it to be an inside-out tracked headset, so you won't have to put up a camera in front of your space in order for it to know where you are and to know where those controllers are. We also expect it to be a wired experience from the headset to the front of the PlayStation 5. And we're still waiting on basically everything else about it. We also expect it to have eye tracking or gaze tracking. And that's kind of like a critical feature there that could be night and day, combined with the different haptics to the controllers. The eye tracking can completely change what it means to do a VR experience, to have a VR experience. The example that I've come back to for years now is years ago now, I had a demo from a company called Tobii. They make the eye tracking technology in most systems. If like the eye tracking technology isn't owned by the headset maker itself, it's probably powered by Tobii technology. And what they had was a demo where you had like something in your hand and you threw it out into the distance, and looking at where your eyes were pointed, it could target where you wanted to throw the item. So there were all these spaces around it where you could either pull items to you or throw them out, and very realistically target just based on where your eye was pointed. The moment VR developers across the board support that feature, we will get things like the gravity gloves from Half-Life Alyx. Those will get significantly better, and you will start seeing mechanics across all VR apps coalesce around things like the gravity gloves in ways to like pull things and push things that are far away from you and you still need to interact with. Then we expect all VR headsets from there forward to use eye tracking and to have that feature across the board. That's a long-winded way of saying PSVR 2 and the headsets that we expect next year and beyond are going to be fundamentally more powerful in ways that are hard for you as a consumer to fathom right now. And it's hard for us as people who just love what we're experiencing on Quest 2 now to say what you have right now is not worth actually going out and buying right now. It definitely is, right, Kyle?
Yes. I kind of feel bad for this Jason SJZ person. If you're still here, let us know in the chat. We'll see if we can walk you through some stuff, because this is Q&A. So we do want to answer some questions for you. I apologize that we haven't answered you quite immediately. So please stick around. Let us know. Oh, you are here. Okay. Hi, Jason. All right. Let us finish this point and then we'll get back to that. Okay. Because I'm going to lead into that part. Okay. So bear with us. My answer to the question of which one you should save up and buy actually requires me to ask you a question of what do you want to play? What do you want to experience? What features do you want? Because we could have a conversation right now about which monster truck to buy, but neither one of us have a need for a monster truck. I mean, well, I don't. I mean, okay, I wouldn't mind one, but in that situation, I could just tell, this person, oh, just buy them both. Okay. You can do everything that Ian said is 100% correct. I'm not going to disagree with anything he said. Eye tracking is cool. It's revolutionary. It's going to change the game. Haptics on your hands is going to be cool, and it's going to change the game, but that's not what we're talking about. You're buying a core. You're buying a unit that's going to allow you to do a bunch of different things, and eye tracking might not be necessary for you. So controllers might not be necessary.
And this will fold. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the person asking about playing PCVR with a Quest 2 folds into this question perfectly, and we have to address this immediately for those newcomers. You cannot play Half-Life Alyx on PlayStation VR, and we don't know whether Half-Life Alyx will be playable on PSVR 2. There is absolutely nothing said by anyone about it one way or the other. Everything that's out there right now is speculation as to whether Half-Life Alyx would be a good fit on Sony's headset. It would make a lot of sense, in my opinion, for Valve to put it in Sony's ecosystem, and it makes a lot of sense for Sony to have it in Sony's ecosystem. But there's absolutely no info yet, right?
Yeah, I would not base any major purchase or decision on the what if?
But
Eh.
the reason I was saying that is, you can play Half-Life Alyx on a Quest 2 if you have a PC powerful enough to run Half-Life Alyx, and I assume that's where you're going to go.
So I was gonna go there. See, this is like Ian telling the punchline before I tell the joke. Go back and watch the beginning of the show. It's funny. Okay, so with the Quest, you can play everything on the Quest store, everything on Steam, everything on the Oculus store, PCVR, mobile VR. You can play it all. PSVR 2 or whatever it's going to be called, you will only be able to play, as far as we know, you'll only be able to play the things that are on their store. So you are limited. We'll see. But have you ever seen that ever in the history of any console ever?
I know. It's just what we have come back to on our show again and again and again is we are in uncharted territory as far as competitive landscape is concerned. Every major company you can think of, Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite, Unity, the maker of the Unity engine, Roblox, Apple, Google, Meta, all of these companies are competing for being a filter between you and everything else around you. That's the metaverse that they envision, is being able to be this barrier or filter to get you the information into your personal bubble that you need and want.
Absolutely.
So they're all competing, and they're all going to have to come to some agreement, or at least some way of agreeing. These are the things that we're going to do that make our systems interoperable. And we're also going to compete in these ways. And all of those ways have not been decided yet. And as soon as those things are decided, a lot of these missing pieces are going to fall into place. What we're trying to say, or what I want to say and make sure is crystal clear to our viewers out there, is if you go get a Quest 2, you're going to have lots of great content right out of the box that you can go buy or access. We've got a list of the 11 great experiences you should check on Quest 2 first, right out of the box. Those are free. And then we've got a list of the top 25 games you can go and buy for Quest. And those are all on a completely standalone system. But you can also go get Virtual Desktop from Guy Godin, who's in our comments there, and stream wirelessly from a very powerful PC amazing games that would never run on the standalone headset all by itself.
So we're jumping in. So there was another question here about GTA 6 releasing with a VR mode. I don't know of any information like that. So unfortunately, we don't have
our most recent story. Sorry, we don't want to get derailed on that, but don't get too excited about anything with GTA.
Yeah, again, unless you hear it, we don't have any information that isn't already publicly available. So let's talk to Jason, SJZ, who is in here getting Paradise Decay has already kind of taken the run with this. Yes, everything Paradise Decay is saying so far is pretty solid. That you need a good computer. So it looks like he does have a good computer, and either a link cable or virtual link or virtual desktop. You need to be able to set
AirLink or Virtual Desktop are your two systems, or Oculus Link to do a wired system. So there's more or less three go-to options. There's plenty more. People in our comments may also have the other options for you. But our tried and true, and in our comments right now, is Guy Godin, the creator of Virtual Desktop. Guy is constantly out there adding new features to his app. You have to go pay for it on the Oculus Store. But it is out of the box a purpose-built utility for managing this like link between your PC and your Quest 2 system. We've had Guy in our studio to talk about the system. He was there first, and he's constantly adding new features to make it better. One of those features, in fact, was, I think, high frame rate support for streaming flat screen games from your PC to your Quest headset. So if you wanted, I think, a 120 hertz monitor for your content, and I think you need to have a 120 hertz monitor hooked up to your PC in the first place. But let's say you want to go and lay down in bed and look at the ceiling and play your great PC game up, just relaxed like that up on the ceiling, you could do that with virtual desktop in a very high quality way. AirLink is the built-in system for doing that from Facebook or from Meta.
Right. So the thing is, Jason, SJC, if you have the link cable, and I mean, tell us here in the, I want to play Phasmophobia on my VR. Okay. So what would be the best way to do that? I mean,
so
do you
Phasmophobia on Quest?
Phasmophobia. So do you want to do, what would your recommendation be? Do a link cable? Or do you want, because I know some of the streaming has a hard time with some of the games. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Phasmophobia one of the ones that didn't work right?
That's a good question. You will trial and error some of the experiences out there. You've got to, if you're new to VR, we recommend seeking out firsthand experiences so you understand what your body is comfortable with. If the experiences you want to have in VR are very motion involved, like let's say a Medal of Honor or something else that's a first-person shooter where you're running around with sticks, like a traditional first-person shooter game, if you're not used to VR, that mode of playing could potentially make you very, very sick to your stomach and not want to pick up the headset a second or third time. So you always want to seek out these experiences first. Once you have that baseline of knowing where your comfort levels are, you can also go and consider the latency situation over your personal network. I've actually talked to Guy quite a bit here, and we'll read out his comments here. Guy mentioning, for instance, virtual desktop doesn't need a VR-ready PC to stream regular pancake games, by the way. So this is another interesting thing where one of the only accessories we haven't put up here on this show or on this wall is a PC. Literally, a Quest 2 can use a PC as an accessory, even if it isn't VR ready. Like, you could stream content to your Quest from the PC, but it gets really, really, really exciting if you can get to some of those PC-only VR games like Phasmophobia, like Half-Life Alyx. You want those games on your Quest. And all of this is to say that if you're going wireless, you're hit or miss. Each game could be different. Your network conditions could be different. Lots of things can happen on a case-by-case basis to make wireless not a great experience. Yet USB can have its own set of issues that occur from time to time. So it's really hard for us to say virtual desktop will work good for this game with this PC, or AirLink will work. It's hard for us to say that. It's very much going to be based on like trial and error in some of those situations.
If you really think about what a wireless link or virtual desktop is doing, is it's taking something, first of all, VR games on a PC wired, that's intense. It's not just one, it's two. So it has to render twice, and that's a lot of stuff. And when you try to transmit that wirelessly, you got brick in your house, or you got some weird dead zone for your Wi-Fi, or you're just not getting good ping, you're going to have a bad time. I like the fact that Guy is talking about pancake games working so well because it's only rendering once. So he doesn't have to waffle about the pancake games. They just work. Yes, Jason, hey, no problem. Anytime. You did not waste our time. We were answering questions that somebody else might have also wanted to ask. And we have
someone in our comments here saying we're not selling it well. Like, our job isn't to sell this. Like, that's one of those things we come back to. It's like, we're trying to make sure people have such a good understanding of what they're getting into before they get into it. We don't want people to go and get these things and be so confused they return it. Like, that's the last thing. And we have seen these situations where, like, if you go and look at our most recent videos, you'll see me going and playing Walkabout Mini Golf with Anton Hand. And Anton makes one of the most popular PCVR games, Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, which is a very realistic gun simulation game. If you want to learn how to like play with guns or work with guns and all the different ways you can like interact with those machines or those tools, you can in H3VR. But that thing does not run natively on Quest and will never run natively on Quest. You cannot go to the Oculus store and buy it. And that developer all the time is getting requests from moms and dads and teenagers and even kids who are like, why can't I play H3 VR on the Oculus Quest 2? And we have to walk these people through one at a time. And that developers had to walk people through, look, you need a PC for this. It needs to be a powerful PC with a very powerful processor. It can't just be anything. And it's very hard for people who are new to this to understand all of those things.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you have to remember that VR started out as an accessory to a computer. It was a monitor on your face. And then it evolved into, well, wait a minute, a phone doesn't have to attach to a computer. So let's put a phone on our face. And that's basically what a Quest is. It's just a powerful phone on your face. It's its own little ecosystem, but giving it the ability to connect to the computer, either hardwired or wirelessly, opens up the avenue to have yet another form of input stream to your eyeballs. And I mean, I've had I've had situations where I've attempted to play a PCVR game streamed to my Quest, had a bad time with it. I mean, just a terrible time, and said, forget this. I'm going to go plug in my link cable and just play it straight off. It's one of those things that you just have to, each person's going to have their own experience, their own challenges, Wi-Fi and connectivity and blah, 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 blah. And like Ian said, there's the whole, the wire is so restrictive. Well, guess what? Because my Elite strap broke, I didn't have any power. So I'm holding the cable right now that's plugged into the side of my skull, keeping me from losing my connection right now. It happens, this is not a foolproof system yet. VR is not fully fleshed out. There are plenty of features they still need to add, and there are plenty of roadblocks and challenges that still don't have perfect solutions. It's just good enough right now.
I think about this a lot. I mean, we're in a phase. VR is such a strange new medium that it's going to appeal to everyone across the board in different ways. Yes, they've marketed this first set of devices at gamers and getting gamers into VR, but if you go look at the Supernatural Facebook group, it is 20,000 people in there of literally every age group, and they are using VR in enormous amounts on a daily basis, and they don't even care what games are in the top downloads of the store. And that's a very different adoption curve if we're already at that phase than like mobile phones, where like it took certain segments of the population to get them late. I think it's going to be interesting to see over these next few years VR getting adopted in such different ways than gamers.
So Dream is great. To answer your question, if you want my opinion on the best bang for your buck right now, I would say the Quest is the best bang for your buck. The Quest 2 by Meta. If you would like to hold off, wait until PSVR 2 comes out and we have more information on it, because you're still kind of on the fence, even after my humble opinion, then do so. Wait until you have, because you can't really compare them, because we don't even know if we're comparing the same things yet. You might find the PSVR 2 or whatever its concoction of features may be are more suitable to what you're asking for, or what you're looking for. I don't know, but right now, and it's funny because my Facebook friends know this, is that last year I made this big post on Facebook for all my friends and family. I said, for everybody's asking me, everybody's sending me messages, well, which headset do I buy? What do I get? Quest 2. This year it came up in my Facebook memories, and I went, reshared it and said, still the same answer. I said, don't ask me. Quest 2 is the way to go. And I stand by that. I think that is the best bang for your buck, gives you the most solid kit with the most diverse of titles and options available. And I mean, it's that has and will continue to be my suggestion.
There's too much unknown about PSVR 2 for us to recommend waiting right now. That's I think the takeaway there. We think yes, there are reasons to wait. There are reasons to consider. If you've got a PS5 in your home already and you're really tight on your budget, like there's reasons to think about that, and I understand it. But Quest 2 is too much in that package for us to say this is anything less than like a no-brainer purchase this holiday season.
Absolutely. Okay. No, we're not mad. We're answering your questions directly. Do you ever listen to what was it on NPR, Ian, that they had those two guys that were like car guys, and they were
I love those guys. Oh man,
answering questions. People call up like, "Hey, my car makes this noise."
Now listen here. Yeah, I love those guys. They're so good. I heard someone in our comments saying I look like Carl Sagan, and like I just want to say I see you and thank you. And if I'm the Carl Sagan of VR, that'll be a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, look at you. You're such a star, Ian.
Oh my gosh.
Billions and billions of stars.
I own that book, man. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's me. Nice.
It's good stuff. It's better than looking like I don't even know what I look like. I think I look like the Burger King. I think that my if I had
you're the Burger King guy.
Yeah, my avatar is
crown,
the Burger
right?
King. Yeah.
Your avatar over in Workrooms does look like, godly though. Like you definitely have like a Jesus Reverend vibe going on with that.
Yeah, that avatar makes more sense. Yeah. I keep wanting to do a full scan of myself and rig it up, make a good avatar, but I don't know. I'll do it one of these days. Hey, somebody is asking the question, Ian. They want to know, what software is this? Well, welcome everyone to the Upload Virtual Studios. This was designed in Unity by our wonderful developer, writer, editor, and all-around great person, David Heaney, who designed this for us and created the whole network stack and made it available. We downloaded it actually from App Lab. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's on App Lab. It's on App Lab, and we download it, and we have notes, and
there's
we
gonna be
control
like 6
everything.
Requests in the for the link on App Lab.
Right.
It's gonna be like, no,
he's gonna be like, what is going on here? Why are all these people trying to get in? Hey, you can't. It's all password protected. But yes, it's very cool. You can't download this. No, Jason. But if you wanted to do some social stuff, may I recommend VR Chat or Altspace or Neos, Rec Room. Yeah, I mean, those are Horizons, I think, is a thing that some people do.
Yeah, so people are asking about the spacer. There is a spacer that comes in that you can put inside the headset if you've got glasses, and so it'll just place everything out just a little bit, so maybe it will fit glasses. Kyle, do you wear glasses inside the headset?
I am. Hey, if I haven't mentioned it before, I am a bespectacled individual, and I have scratched 3 pairs in my life. I have scratched 3 pairs of glasses on a VR headset lens over the course of all the different ones, all the way back into my Oculus DK1. Scratched my first pair, and I went, I won't do that again. Yeah, it's a thing. And the spacer, there's a caveat to it. When you put the spacer in, pulls the lenses further away. I'm pulling my headset off. You guys can't see. It pulls the lenses farther away, which gives you a reduced FOV. So be aware of that. Yeah, or you can just do what I did, which is buy the prescription lenses and hope that your prescription doesn't change for a while. Yeah, it's a trade-off, and I for one would love, actually, the Vive Flow has that whole diopter thing. Yeah. I'm digging that idea. Because I remember the first time I realized this, I went to the eye doctor and they pull that big thing down in front of your face and they go, is this better? Is this better? Is this better? Is this better? And I'm like, man, if I could just take that and stick that in front of my VR headset, I could always have the perfect prescription. That's kind of what the diopter lens adjusters in the Vive Flow is doing. So it's got that going for it, which is nice. Yeah.
There was one question going back I did want to address, and thanks, Jason. Yeah, hope we answered your questions. But there was one question where a person said, I wanted to get like a VR headset for my niece. My brother said no. I would ask the age of the family member that you wanted to get that VR headset. It is a very difficult thing for us to recommend VR headsets for anyone that is under the 13 guidance that is sort of across the board from all of these companies. It is up to individual parents to monitor their kids and how they use these systems. But you're blindfolded to the real world in most of these systems and most of the time. And things like Rec Room, the moment that you turn on audio chat, you're exposing your kid to the internet of audio. So very bad things can be shared over audio chat. You can set up things like junior accounts to remove audio chat. Highly recommend that audio chat get turned off for any youngsters, anyone into the teenage years coming near a VR headset, because it's not just scary for the kid, it's actually very aggravating for everyone else in the VR headset to listen to someone who is fairly mature talk at them in VR.
So I have several little things to talk about. First of all, Guy, I would get LASIK, but I went to one of those, like, just as a joke, one of those like gypsy fortune teller people, and they told me if I ever got it, I'd go blind, and it's kind of freaked me out ever since.
Kyle,
I'm not kidding. I'm not
what
kidding.
What is this, like the movie Thinner? Like you hit someone and now you can't get LASIK because you're gonna like waste away?
I'm sorry. Actually, that'd be kind of cool. Number two, Sansar. Yes, I haven't done it in a while. Is Sansar Quest 2 compatible? I'm sure it is. If not, I do PCVR streaming. I should. You're right. I should check out that again. And the other piece I was going to answer, the kids. So, for kids. I have an 11-year-old at home. She is in VR constantly. We moderate it. We make her take breaks, things like that. We make sure that she's not doing anything bad. But in moderation, I love the fact that she is being exposed to this form of, medium. It's really important for me. And she plays with her older sister, who is 16, and they play together in separate rooms, but you can hear them screaming at each other. It's great. I know why it's 13 and younger, and I can actually tell you a fun anecdote. At Oculus Connect 1, I was at an after party once, and I was sitting in a circle of people, as you do at these shows, and we're all having our drinks, and I'm telling about how I took VR to a family party and was putting little kids in it, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and showing them. It was Gear VR or phone VR at the time. It was Darova's Dive. Remember that thing? Anyway, I'm showing it to, and this one woman is looking at me, and she's very uncomfortable. And she says, and all of these kids were 13, right? And I went, and she goes, and all these kids are 13, right? And I went, and I looked over, I'm like, what is happening here? And an Oculus employee, an executive at the time, looks over at me and says, she's from our legal department. And I went, yes, they were all 13 at the time. Yes. And then I took a drink and I walked away. But yes, it is all about 13. Look it up. Go. I'm not going to talk about it because it's crazy. Look up Sega VR. Uh-oh. Are we? Okay. I thought we weren't live now. Look up Sega VR 13 age restriction. Do all your own research. Oh, no. Did I just say that? I'm sorry.
Did you just? But yes, you just provided the COVID guidance for them.
I did. Do your own research. But it's really it's really a crazy story about where 13 came from. But I will tell you right now that, as long as the IPD can accommodate, which I do, make sure that my kids' headsets are set to their proper IPDs, it's all good. You can do it. So let's see. Daniel's saying my niece is 8 years old. She uses one of my Quest 2s when she visits occasionally. We play Rec Room. She has junior account. Yeah, I mean, my kids have junior
account
accounts.
is like that's start like no brainer. Junior account is a must have, and even for adults, like if there's a way you can set up your party system to just leave Rec Room voice chat out of it and stick to like a party based chat. You kind of want to stick to that in VR. Stick with people you know and trust in your audio chat with you in social VR, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you know what though, Obzar is actually talking about the data conservation laws and all that stuff. That is a good point. That also is another thing, but I don't really actually think that existed back when. How old is that?
There's geographically there's lots of different laws in different places that kind of affect the long-term planning. You can go back into our interviews on the UploadVR channel and see a couple conversations with me with a couple people. One I had quite recently, we talked about some of those different laws and education. There are some reports out there you can do to kind of like look into some of this for yourself. We need a better rating system for VR apps and that sort of thing going forward. But it's very much like a Wild West situation for lots of parents out there. And I don't feel comfortable recommending other parents put their kids in VR headsets. It's one of these it's a hands-off thing for me where I'm going to handle it myself personally the way I want to handle it, and I would expect others to kind of approach it the same way.
And absolutely, and I am by no way advocating that you put your 10-year-old into VR chat or any type of VR, but I'm letting you know that I personally am comfortable letting my kid, not VR chat. No, that's more of an adult thing. Trust me.
Daniel's saying, tried that with my godson and it doesn't work in Rec Room. As soon as you go into Rec Room, your party chat goes off. That's why I recommend like do the junior account type thing or go into like settings and turn off voice chat like in Rec Room on a system level. You can turn off your microphone at a system level on the Quest hardware, but that's not going to keep you from hearing others. Whatever you can do, just you don't really need to hear others in Rec Room in particular. And what Kyle was saying, VR chat, you should never ever let a kid into VR chat. Period.
Sorry, VR chat guys, but not for kids. Okay, well, I mean, Jason has said that we've helped, and we've helped a few other folks answer some questions. So I feel like today's stream is definitely. I'm glad we did this. We originally
we'll go and time code everything, so hopefully you can go back and get the different sections of what we've talked about today, and share this link with others going forward. If you've got someone else getting into VR this year, we want to help them out too.
Yeah, and let's see here. Let's throw up this guy, because we do want to remind everyone that the Upload Winter VR Showcase is on December 2nd, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. This is going to be this is going to be good. I mean, it's going to be really good this year. I mean, have you seen?
Oh yeah, I've seen one of the things, and I've heard of other things, but I saw one of the things, and I'm like, what? And that was what was inside my brain. So yeah.
Oh no! So you saw that thing too?
Yeah.
That thing that made you go, what? Oh my gosh! Holy craziness! Yeah, what does it say? Don't forget to vote for VR games in the 2021 Steam Awards. Yeah, represent the community and go out and put a couple likes and votes for the VR stuff. Get it out in front of people. Wouldn't it be wild if all the Steam Awards, every single one of them went to a VR title? That would be crazy. That would be totally crazy. Yeah. Again, great conversation, great chat. Thank you all.
Ooh, I like this question from John before we sign off. What are we playing right now?
Okay.
Kyle, what are you playing?
What am I playing right now?
Other than
Nothing.
the UploadVR studios.
No, actually, I have been playing around with Cubism in the AR because Heaney kind of challenged me to go in and play with all of the pass-through AR stuff. And I've been trying Cubism, and I kind of get what he's saying about the whole pass-through black and white, and it's a little disorienting after a while. That's been kind of a rough one. I don't know what to think about that. So I kind of might have to eat crow on that one. It's not because I really want pass-through AR to be good in a VR headset, but I rewatched the 3D version of Ready Player One in my headset.
Ooh, really? What service did you use?
It's kind of a secret service that only I have access to.
Okay, here's the thing. I had to think about that one for a while, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that you made me do that with my head.
Yeah. What's happening here?
Lean in here, and get really uncomfortable. That's the thing about VR. I actually feel uncomfortable leaning in this close to Kyle.
Are we gonna? Is this gonna happen, Ian?
No.
Is this what's going on here? What is happening here? What is happening here?
We were in VR too long this week. I'm at 7%, Kyle. I don't have I'm not hooked up like you are. So at some point here, I'm going to run out of juice on the live on the internet.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Okay. Quorum. That's. I mean, it's just VR, right? I mean, it's not like it's. Whew, okay. Daniel, you're killing me, buddy.
Comments when they lost, we broke everyone. See, it made them uncomfortable just watching it. See, it made us uncomfortable in VR so much that it made them uncomfortable out there. Personal bubbles. We just demonstrated for you why a personal bubble is so important in VR, and you should respect it. And there's gonna be a lot of muted individuals. Audio chat is gonna be turned off for a large portion of the metaverse, isn't it?
Ian, I just want you to know I respect you, buddy. I respect you. Okay. All right, that works. Folks, I want to tell you to go check out UploadVR.com. See me change the subject here, and go see all the awesome stuff. Stay tuned for the showcase on December 2nd. Check out all of our other videos on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell. Go check out all of our socials. Blah 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 blah. Word vomit. Yes, that's it. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.